Thank you. Good evening, everybody. If everybody can settle down, we'll get started. So I think, Sunil, Abhijeet, one thing that's very clear, and to our audience as well, news is a business of visuals. I mean, yeah, there was print, of course, and there is print, but it's mainly a lot about visuals, and that's why, especially when in Mumbai it rains or in Delhi it rains, here I am drowning, you see those visuals, right? So therefore, it's a no-brainer that these visuals also make it to the online medium where things can easily go viral, all of that. But even though it is a no-brainer, I think I would like both of you to first explain from a business standpoint how much of a no-brainer it is. And I would like to start with you, Abhijeet, because Inshorts it revolutionized how people consumed text-based news. And how did you go from text-based news where, in 60 words, you gave news to people, to an entirely video-based, short-form content platform for news? How did that leap happen, first from a content standpoint, and then we'll get to the business of it?
Sure. Thanks, Venkata. So, Inshorts had launched in 2013, and for 5 years we were doing pretty well there. We had created a niche for ourselves in that text space, yeah. And in 18, we realized that while we were doing extremely well there, there's a whole lot of Indians on internet which we are not catering to. And that's when we thought we should have another product that caters to the audience beyond metros as well, and the audience that speaks in vernacular and Hindi languages, because Inshorts is primarily an English app. When we looked on what the form factor for that app should be, then after a lot of research, it was very clear that the people we are talking to, the masses of metros and tier 1, 2, 3 towns of India, they are much more likely to consume content in video, because when we're thinking over it in 2017-18, around that time, the 4G revolution had taken over, and there was an extreme spurt in people consuming a lot of data through video. Across all genres. So that's when we were very clear that in the news space, we should go for that video news space. And that was also a space which was not taken by other publishers at that moment. So that was there for the taking. And that's when we thought of news. And also in terms of the length of the news, again, through different studies and all, we were very clear that it has to be short form news. Not long form, because the attention span had really reduced, and time spent on other apps and other genres as well was also short form in terms of short form video.
Okay. Sunil, if I can come to you, since he says it's a lot about short form, and while ABP already has a whole machinery that's creating video content for television, do you create video content specifically for your online presence, your YouTube channels, etc.? Is that a whole different operation on its own?
Okay, so ABP as a legacy media company, broadcast channel, print service, right? In last 4 or 5 years, we have invested a lot in digital media especially. If I talk about the content part, which is coming on digital, around 45% of the content which is getting published is all digital first content. So that is grown in last 3 years only, from I'll say 2019 onwards. So it's not just TV content which is going on digital, making space on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all platforms. It is also original digital content which is going on all the platforms.
And so you say it's 45% of the content, the digital content, the videos are digital first. Do they also make it to TV, whatever that you make for online? Does that happen?
Unfortunately, right now it's not. It's actually TV content which is making place on digital, but digital content is not going on TV. But yes, we are taking our anchors, we are taking our reporters live on digital. So that is one thing which has happened in last 3 years. I'm sure in another few years time maybe we'll go reverse also. Yeah, but we are trying our level best to create content which is, for all the audience. Actually, for me, I'll say that, from wherever audience is coming, that is the most important thing. Um,
And where is it coming?
It is coming from broadcast, whether it's coming from linear TV, whether it's coming from, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or, their app. From wherever it's coming, for me, the most important part is that the audience is watching our content. Like in a month time, I'll say, just if I take the last month data, almost somewhere around 2.5 billion people watched our video.
This is on social media or directly on YouTube? Where is it?
It's all complete. It's YouTube plus social media plus Instagram, I'll say, whatever. Right, it's from all platforms. 2.5 billion plus video views we got on ABP Network as platform. Right. So for me, if so many people are watching us, that means audience is there to accept the video form. It's short form videos also, long form videos also, 1 minute, 30 seconds. But average viewing time is somewhere around 2.5 minutes. Right. So in any case, people are watching us. So for me, the most important part is from where the audience is coming, and if audience is watching us, that's the most important thing, because that is the reason where we are creating content.
And Abhijeet, if you can tell us, since Inshorts was completely text, but making videos, putting them out there, hosting it yourself, all of that is, you have to spend a lot more money, I'm guessing, than just having an Inshorts text-based app. So since you're spending that much more, can you tell us how much more you spend on making videos, having the public app, how much more expensive it is to you to run a business as a business, and does it therefore also bring in that much more money to you?
Yeah. So here, what we've done is that we've got a lot of content creators on board, and we have trained them well. And over time now, they are churning out videos. So they are not really people who are on our payrolls or part of our company, but they are content creators who are working for public app across the country. So right now we have got more than 5,000 content creators, for example, across the 700 districts of India. So every district we've got more than 5-7 creators, right? And they are giving very, very important and relevant hyperlocal news, which the audience wants. So that is what how the news is being disseminated or created. In terms of monetization, the first 2 years or 2.5 years of the launch, we focused on getting the product right, making sure that there's a lot of user traction, iterating on the product and making better and better. Now we've got a very, very sizable user base. We've got a monthly user base of more than 70 million users, which is right up there in the app ecosystem, right? So now we have started monetizing it since last year, and we have had a great success. In the last 3 to 6 months only, we've got more than 30 to 40 brands, top brands who have come and experienced the platform and are very, very happy with the outcome. So we are on the right track when it comes to monetization. And in terms of content creation also, as I mentioned, because it's through a bunch of content creators, it is not that expensive as well.
Okay. And Sunil, how does it work for you when, again, like you said, if 45% is digital first content that you're making, I'm guessing all of this, the distribution for you is social media, YouTube, the public app, etc. You have a presence across various distribution platforms. Is it important that you own the platform where you host, like News9, for instance, has its own app? Is that a direction you're thinking about, so that you also have first-party data then, and you can monetize that content that you're creating far better than if you hosted it on other platforms?
It's actually one point which is a combination of both content plus revenue in terms of public viewing in that sense. Creating content in itself, it's an expensive thing. It's not an easy thing to do. Lots of human mind and time goes into it. As far as the business is concerned, this is a regular fight which is going in the newsroom for many years, that we are creating a lot of content, we are paying lots of people and creating content, but revenue is not coming in, right? So people who have good funding, they can actually go for creating their own space in terms of they're hosting their own platform, everything is their own, creating the content at the same point of time, making their own apps and, distributing everything. But somehow as a news content creating, company, we are very much relying on applications like YouTube and Facebook, which takes somewhere around 55% of our revenue. If we start making our own platform, and which we have, but the traffic on that platform is not that great, because we are not a platform company, we are a content creating company. So it is essential for us to have a platform, but from a revenue point of view, it is not feasible at this point of time for us to actually make good revenues out of it.
So it's a trade-off you're willing to make.
Yeah, so for us as platform, as a content creating team, we are more focused on creating content and reaching to our audience, rather than making a platform and and spending that much money and spending that much resources, human mind into making our product better. Our product is our content, and that is the thing which we are focused on at this point of time. Maybe few years later we'll think about it in a different manner.
Is CTV also something you're thinking about, fast channels and using connected TVs to reach audiences?
We are working on that, and some of the channels, some of the we have some of the partners like Xiaomi, Samsung. We are there on their platforms, but eventually what will happen? We have seen this transition happening, from print to broadcast. Broadcast there for 25 years, then digital coming in. Digital was one elephant in the room where people were thinking that this is of no use, But in the last 5 years we have changed, especially in COVID times. We have seen huge number of people coming and watching us on digital only. Because there was, a long time back I saw one debate. One of my ex-boss was, debating with one person over there, right? And he was just, saying that TV will never end. No one said that TV will never end. It will be more of that guy watched more on digital platform. And that exactly happened in the last 4 years. So what I think is that, there's another transition which will happen, and it has started happening. Like, people are not at all having that cable subscription anymore. They're watching TV, broadcast channels on digital only, right? It's just the medium which is changed. So it's like everybody has their own TV, but they are not using Tata Sky or, maybe Airtel or, maybe any other DEN network or something. It's just, there's a transition which is happening, and we have to accept it that it's happening. We cannot just, shy away of saying this thing that, no, this is not going anywhere. It will happen. Eventually, in another 4 to 5 years, I think we will not have any network, cable network, or I'm just assuming that, and we'll be, as digital, we'll consume more.
Abhijeet, one thought, as we have very little time from you, is Sunil was saying that the content is the product, and with you telling us that you have freelancers or you have tie-ups with people making content for you, how do you balance not having possibly the way that Sunil would think of content being his product and how you define what your product is? There's definitely a difference there. And to make video monetizable online, is it necessary that it is a mix of both the app being the product and content being the product? It can't be heavy on one. Is that the only way to make it feasible and sustainable?
So for us also, while we started with hyperlocal content being our differentiator, because that's what people wanted, right? And they were not getting. And also in the short form video format, we've also realized that the audience that we're talking to across the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 towns of India is very aspirational in nature as well. A big chunk of our audience comes in the 18 to 35 age group. And they have not really, probably they have stopped watching TV 5 years back or 3 years back only, and spending much more time on mobile, on various social media networks. So when they come to public app, they're coming for information, they're coming for awareness, right? And through this insight, what we have done is that now we have really doubled down on content as well, and we created a lot of internal channels. So we've got our in-house reporters based out of Noida studio, and they're covering very, very interesting, relevant topics in 30 to 60-second video format across entertainment, finance, education, health, lifestyle, these kind of channels, right? And this is getting very, very good amount of traction. So that ways we have actually doubled down on content as well, and because of that content, the user base is kind of engaged and growing, and that is helping the monetization engine a lot, where we are working day after day to get more relevant and more engaging creatives and ad formats which appeal to advertisers and work along with them.
If you can just remind me once, so how large is the news team and how large is the content creator base?
Yeah, so content creator base, as I mentioned, is a bigger one because we have to cover all the districts of India. So that will be more than 5,000 odd content creators. In terms of the news team, in total will be around 500-600 people. That includes the content fact-checking team and other people involved in the content team as well, apart from the reporters. Yeah.
Interesting. And how would it be at, I know time's up, but I just had to ask you, since he gave us the split, is how do you work with stringers? I'm sure you do, but how heavily dependent are you on freelancers bringing you news and content for the platform as opposed to just your own employees making news?
Okay, so split is quite different here, because primarily we are a content generating company only, and we are in different languages. We have Stringer Network, which is working for TV. So what we did in last 2 years that we integrated the TV digital newsroom, TV digital combined together. So we already have a system which is working, right? Which is creating content for TV, and TV is being structured in such a way that in one day if 10 news is happening, 10 basic big news is on the track, they will follow that only. And the entire network is actually watching that, and rest of the reporters, or I'll say stringers, and everybody is just free, not doing anything. So what we are doing, we have integrated all of them. Everybody is sending us feed. We have created a system so that the system which was already established for many years, that has given us more output. Right. So for us, spending money on thing which is already there, we were already spending, we have just monetized it in a better manner. We are just in a way, said we have saved money a lot. So that is the thing which I'll say I have monetized it in a better manner.
Okay, thank you so much, both of you. I think that gave us a peek into how a new age platform monetizes and works with digital videos, and how a legacy platform and company does it. So I think I found that enriching. I hope it helped all of you. Thank you so much. We are out of time.
Thank you.